everyone. This is Becky Tovis with Crafty Chamarita. It's been a couple of weeks, so of course, when I don't use my equipment, it always goes a little bit crazy. So I'm coming to you a little bit late. I couldn't figure out the technical difficulties, so I'm going to have to get up from my chair at the end and turn off the live stream from my other computer. So just pardon all of the little inconsistencies you may see today. And if you see me coughing in the middle of this broadcast, just please pardon me. You know that cough is always the last thing to go away after you've been sick. So I'm glad to be with you today. For those of you who are watching me live, I appreciate the fact that you're here with me live. And if you're catching me on the replay, I appreciate that even more, because that means that you made the time to look at, check out my broadcast later on. Okay, so I can't, for some reason, I can't connect my laptop to my main computer. So I'm not able to control it from my laptop like I normally do. So I'm just gonna kind of browse here and make sure that I am broadcasting live. And gosh, I don't see it. So I hope that you do see me. It's not showing up on my laptop. Let me refresh it one more time. Just to see what's going on here. Oh man, it is not showing up, and I don't know why, but my computer is showing that I am broadcasting. So I am just going to go on, and hopefully this is going live. And if somebody is out there watching, please leave a comment so that I can see that it is going out onto the internet. Okay. All right. So if you see me looking over, it's because I'm looking at my computer, because for some reason it's not showing up on my laptop. Well, anyway, after all of that, let me tell you a little bit about what I'm going to be working on today. So, I think you've heard me say this before, and if not, then I'm sure some of you can relate. When I'm sick, sometimes it takes a while for my creative juices to get flowing again. My brain is all, muddled from coughing and sneezing and the whole thing. So sometimes, I don't have my mojo back. So what I decided to do was, instead of trying to create something of my own, I thought, you know what? Why don't I get inspiration from the catalog? Because I typically don't do that. And why not? Because there's a lot of really beautiful designs, and luckily for us as demonstrators, we get the recipes for all of the cards in the catalog. So we get, to see what are some of the products that are being used, so we don't have to guess at it. So I have the advantage of being able to do that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to make some cards that are featured in the catalog, and I'll show you how to make one of them. All right, so let me switch this to my workspace here. Okay. Sally, yes. Oh, thank you, Sally, for letting me know. I don't know what's going on. Technology is not my friend today. So even though I keep refreshing my page, my broadcast is not showing up on my laptop. So thank you for letting me know that I am out in the internet, and I thank you so much for watching. Welcome back, by the way, Sally. I hope you had a great trip. Okay. All right, so I'm going to be looking at page 34 of the catalog, and this is called Mediterranean Blooms. I did get the bundle. I took advantage of the sale. Remember when we had that sale? Was it last month? Gosh, my timing is, all off. When they had, Stampin' Up! Had a sale on the bundles of the stamps and the dies. So that's what I did. I purchased it during that time. So I didn't get the complete collection. I just basically got the paper, because the paper is absolutely gorgeous, and I got the stamp set as well. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And for the other stuff, I'm just going to kind of, wing it. All right, so that's found on page 34 and 35 in the catalog. I'll put this aside. This is the stamp set. It's called Citrus Blooms. It does come in a bundle, so you get not only the stamps, but you also get the dies with it. Some of my dies are out because I have it ready to die cut, and it comes with quite a few dies. So not only does it come with the dies to cut the stamped images here, but it also comes with these dies so that you can do bigger borders and things like that. So I'll show you in a minute what are some of the things that you can cut from the dies. Okay, so those include this image here, and it includes this image. This piece here, and it also includes this piece here. Okay, I'll put that aside, and I wanted to show you the papers because the papers are gorgeous. So you've got this one. These are lemons. This is the back side. Then you have oranges. This is what is so good about this particular piece, because the dies cut them out. So in fact, I'm going to be cutting this out for the card I'm going to use today. This is the back side. So you've got fruits on one side, and then pattern designs on on the back side. You got oranges. And the back side uses Night of Navy and boho blue. More lemons. It's a very bright and happy designer series paper. And this one has a combination of the two. So as you can see, gorgeous paper, right? Okay. Let me show you, move this out of the way. Let me show you the card we're going to be making. It's from the catalog, and it looks like this, right? And contrary to what you might think, you're actually not going to be stamping this design. This comes from the designer series paper. So what I did in advance was I cut out the image from the designer series paper that we're going to be using. So whenever the dies cut out the image from the designer series paper, I recommend that you cut around it first so you don't end up wasting your paper. Because if you just take, let me pull that paper out. If you just take the die, of course I should have pulled it out when I was showing you. Save me the time from having to flip through everything. Now it's hiding from me. Where are you, paper? There we go. Sticking together, right? So if you were to just die cut it straight from the paper, you're going to be wasting paper, right? So like for this big image here, and it can't fit in the machine, right? So if you were to just cut it directly and just cut a line down here so that you can die cut it and it can fit in your machine, you're wasting all of that paper. So I don't recommend that you do that. So instead, just pre-cut the image. Fussy cut the image, leave a little bit space around it so that you don't end up wasting your paper, which is what we're going to be doing in a little bit. So instead of die cutting it now, I'm going to put this aside. So I'm going to do some of my stamping first so that I can die cut all at one time. Okay, so I am going to be stamping the flowers. So I'm going to take these two flowers here. Now I didn't do that in my sample, so I hope it works out. And I'm going to take my Lemon Lolly, which is one of the coordinating colors. You get multiple die cuts from this. You can die cut more than one. Let me see how many come in here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just do 4. We may not use all of them. In fact, we probably won't. Okay. All right, now that we have that stamped, let me pull my machine and let's go ahead and cut it out. So let's start with the orange image. So this big one here, and it should fit. Let's match it up first before I put it in my machine. Here you go. Sorry, now that I think about it, I really should have pre-cut it, right? And I'm just going to use my washi tape here, put it on. Sorry for all the shaking that takes place whenever I die cut. Here's one. See, pretty. I could have made it a little bit better, but it's okay. It works out. Let's get the other piece. So these are the 2 big die cuts that come in the bundle. There you go. Oops. I almost cut on my plate. Yikes. Not a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna turn this slightly. You may not see it on camera. I can't see my projection, so I'm going blind here. Okay. Let's get rid of this. So I've got my 2 big images die cut. Okay. And then I'm going to cut out the small flowers. Okay, to be honest, I haven't die cut this before, so I hope they all match up because the flowers are a little bit different. And normally I would mark these, but you know, I'm thinking on the fly, so I didn't get a chance to do that. And one more. I'm probably not going to use all of these, but I'm doing extra in case I mess up, so that I have the option of having extra pieces. I don't know if you guys saw that a second ago. It wasn't turning because these needed to, the plates need to be staggered. So if you put them close together like this, it's not going to go. So you have to stagger it so that the machine can work better. So if that happens to you and you get stuck, you know why. Okay, here we go. Let's move that other flower. Oops. I hope you didn't hear that. I forgot to turn off the sound on my big computer. I have a feeling definitely the problem that's going on is with my laptop, not with my main computer. Okay, let me put the pieces here. All right, so let's go ahead and start putting this. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot one more piece. I'm sorry. I forgot to cut the leaves, because you're going to use the leaves in this design. So this design definitely has quite a few die cut pieces. And if you just get one strip and put all of the dies in there, you can cut them all at one time. See what I said about staggering it? It wasn't staggered, so it wasn't moving. Okay, it's not moving. Come on, piece, cooperate with me. Let's try this again. It moved around. There you go. This piece moved. Oh, the piece in the bottom moved, so the last one is not going to cut. It's not going to cut well, but it's okay. I'll make do with what I have. Let's get these pieces out of the way. Wow, this really ate into the... Oh, what's going on here? It really ate into the plate. Like, really ate into the plate. Let me get my pick here. Can you guys see this? Well, I've never had this happen before. Wow, that's a first. And then I'm just going to get my pick and pull it out. So when you do this, do it gently so that you don't break off the pieces. Okay. Yeah, see, because I can't see, you know, I can't control the, what do you call it? Let me see. I think I'm off there. I think I was off of it a little bit. Part of my face wasn't showing right. I couldn't see it when I set it up. So definitely, if my son's watching, then he is going to know I'm going to be calling him after this to try to troubleshoot what in the world happened. Okay, so before I start putting my pieces together, there is another step that I need to do. And I did get the pieces ready. Of course I did, and now it's all lost on my desk space. There you go. So, because this is Night of Navy, we're going to do a little bit of embossing here. I'm going to use my embossing buddy so that I don't get any stray powder where I don't want it to go. And we are going to emboss the hello sentiment that I did put on the, there you go, on the block. And I'm going to use my Versamark. My Versamark looks so ugly because I've used it so much. Okay, here you go. So put that down. And I'm going to emboss it with white. I'm just checking to see if there's any comments there. So if I keep looking off, that's why. I have to check my big computer. So you notice there's some straight parts over here, so I'm just going to get my brush and brush it off. Easy peasy. Okay, let's move this away. I'm going to get my tweezer holder. I love this because then I don't burn my fingers. And I'm just going to heat emboss it. So the heat sets the embossing powder. And it basically just melts it on. Really easy. Okay, and I think before I do anything else, since I have this here, let me go ahead and adhere it to the Designer Series paper. So if you're wondering what the measurements are, I didn't even measure it, you guys. I just said, okay, this stamp is this big, so I need a piece that's big enough to do the stamp. And then once I did the stamp, I just cut the Designer Series paper to match that piece. All right, so let's go ahead and start assembling our pieces. Okay, so the one that has the bigger piece is going to go on the bottom like that. So before you adhere anything down, make sure that you have your placement the way you want it. Okay, so these are two fairly big pieces, so I need to make sure that it's going to fit. And I know I'm going to be tucking some leaves in there, so I'm going to make sure that my dimensionals are not towards the edge. Okay, so looks like I finished the my dimensionals on this page. So this is what I do so that I can get the maximum usage out of these dimensionals. So just cut the edges, the borders, so you can still use them. And I just need one more. I don't think I need a big one to go over here. Okay, I want to make sure that what I'm doing is in the camera. Yeah, so this card actually requires a lot of different pieces, but it's so pretty that I think it's worth it in the end, right? So I'm just gonna put it like this. And then, so this one here, I kind of played around with it earlier, and I think it looks better when this is on the top rather than on the bottom, right? Because it's kind of hiding some of the leaves. So when I put it, I'm going to make it go like that, right? Okay. Or you can hide the branch, either way. Oh, I think on my first one I hit the branch. So let's follow that. That's probably what's in the in the catalog. And I'm only going to put 2 dimensionals here. I think that's all it's going to need. There you go. Okay, and I'm going to get my mat. Where are you? I keep moving things around. I thought I have everything set, and then I move it around and I can't find it. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to do this on the side then so that I don't mess up my workspace. So the leaves pretty much will fit anywhere. So I'm just going to dab some glue on them. This is my adhesive of choice, is to use the Tombow glue. It's very strong, and what I like about it is if it ends up leaking out, then I can use this eraser to get out those the glue pieces that show. Easy peasy. It's so weird not being able to see the comments, you know. And I think part of my face keeps going off the camera. And I can't tell. So if I move this way, oh, I'm more out of the camera. If I'm here, I'm in the camera. Ugh, so frustrating. Not the live I wanted to do, but it is what it is. Just have to go with the flow. And see, if this is the last one, I'm just going to put it here. I'm not sure if this is how it looks in the catalog because I didn't follow it when I was putting my leaves. I just kind of did what I wanted to do. Oh man, there was something that I forgot to do that they have in the in the recipe. We're supposed to take the blender pens. This is the lemon lolly. I don't know if I could do this, but let me see. So, because this is not on a flat surface, so let's see if it'll work. So you could just color it with the lemon lolly in the middle. It darkens the color of the flowers here. And then use the light one as well. We're supposed to use a color lifter, but I don't have that. It was on my list of things to order. I think my sister may have given me one, and I just don't know where I put it. But I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it. So I'm just going to do this method. And all it does really is it just helps to blend the colors. Yeah, so it does make a difference. You can see that the middle part has gotten darker. I don't know if it'll work if I do it on this. Let's see. So that's the dark one, and I could pull the color with the light. Oh yeah. Not bad. Can you see that? Let me pull it up with my tweezers. Okay. See? It does make a difference. Makes the yellow pop a little bit more, right? So I'm just going to do that with the other one here. I'll do the dark one in the middle. I'm just making a circle. And then I'm just going to get the light one so we can pull the color. I'm not the best colorer, and you know what? When people receive your cards, they're not going to notice that the coloring is not perfect. They're just going to notice that it's a pretty card. That's all that matters. Okay, and I said I wasn't going to use all of them, right? And I'm not sure if I'm going to. I'm going to use the small dimensionals for this because these are pretty small flowers. And all it needs is one for each one. Oops. Okay, Sandra, I can't read your comment. Hi, I'm actually catching you. Thanks for watching me live. But you know, what a live this is. I couldn't get my laptop to screen share my with my computer, which is what's broadcasting. So I can't see the comments. And for some reason, my laptop is not showing the page. So I can't see the comments on it. So I have to kind of look over to my big computer. So it's not exactly the same as the flowers in the paper, and it doesn't have to be, right? Oops. Okay. Let's just use all the flowers. Why not, right? I cut them out and I colored them, so why not? Okay. And then for the sentiment, I'm not going to use dimensionals on this. I'm just going to use my glue, because there's enough of a surface here that it's going to stick to something, right? And there you go. And there's the card. I know somebody once asked me, why don't I fold the card in the beginning so I could see the side? And that's really because I want to keep the surface flat as possible. And the last thing that I'm going to put on is what was recommended in the recipe. I don't have those embellishments. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to grab something that comes close enough in color. And really, that's all that matters, right? So I found these dots. This is probably from one of the previous in colors, but they're blue and it works. And I'm going with that. There you go. And there's the card, right? Very pretty. I can't take credit for it because it's really the design in the catalog. So you could see that we got a lot of great ideas. Okay, I'm going to read over. Sorry, I can't read that at the same time. So I'll respond to your comment afterwards, Sandra. Okay, let me show you the other cards that I was able to copy from the catalog. There's several. I think there's like 5 or 6 on that page. This one is probably the simplest one. And for this here, I just stamped it with pumpkin pie. And this, the leaf, I just cut it in half, right? And I also used the designer series paper that was recommended. So that's one of them. And then here's the other one. So this uses the die cut that has the frame here. And here I die cut the designer series paper, the same one as the original design. Now, I don't have the dies to do this particular cut. I think this is, oh, I can't remember. I forgot what it was, but that's okay because then I ended up just hand cutting the corners, the sides here to make the banner effect. So even though you don't have all of the stuff for the cards that's in the catalog, you can just improvise, so you can just do whatever you want with it. Okay. All right. So before I end the broadcast for today. Again, let me thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time and your effort. And I wanted to remind everybody that bonus days is still going on. So for every $50 purchase that you make, you get a $5 coupon that you can use in August. So, those add up. And, you can buy lots of goodies in August. So I hope that you take advantage of that promotion. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll help you in any way that I can. So I think that's it for today. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I hope that you enjoy. If you're in Guam, I hope you enjoy the nice 3-day weekend. Happy Liberation Day, Guam. And for those of you who aren't from Guam, Liberation Day is a big celebration on island. We celebrate the liberation of Guam from the Japanese during World War II. All right. Have a great day. Bye.